My understanding of lead flow was forever changed from one client. And you can use this to get hot leads with excellent clients without needing to do outreach ever again. No matter what business you are in, I'm going to share something about the psychology of why we buy that you can use today. So it's Saturday afternoon and I'm locking the door to the showroom. The previous 4 hours had already yielded enough sales for the entire coming week's targets. And I was on a high, but I felt nervous. I still wasn't sure why business had been so good lately. I mean, I had an idea, but I was still mentally chalking it up to luck. And that luck made me very uncomfortable. So anyway, as I pull the key out, I hear this voice from behind me and over to my left. "Oh no, please don't close. We just drove 3 hours to get here." And she sort of chuckled as she moved towards me, motioning over to her husband, who was getting out of the driver's seat still. As he did, he held something up in the air. It was an envelope full of cash. So we laughed. I put the key back in the door, twisted it, welcomed him in, and turned back on the coffee maker. The next 90 minutes changed me profoundly. Yes, the $15,000 that they spent there and then, in full, in cash, was a fantastic and humbling way to finish off an incredible week, which was probably our best week up until that point. But what I thought I knew about marketing started to wash out of my brain. It wasn't until later that evening, after a few whiskeys, that I started to really understand. That interaction changed everything to this very day. See, that couple, without even knowing it, had taught me the power of inbound lead generation. I'll never forget it. I didn't even know these people existed until they showed up. Therefore, I never once approached them to even try and convince them to come into my store. They went through reasonable difficulty to get to me. They wanted to spend real money, and they didn't even know the exact solution, but they trusted that we'd figure it out, so they came in prepared to buy. They had a hell of a lot of fun doing it, and I had a lot of fun doing it. See, they'd been watching us for months online. And of course I asked, but they didn't remember how they came across us at first. But after chatting, it became obvious pretty quickly that the how they came across us didn't actually really matter. It was the fact they'd spent time together, reading, watching, talking about us. Our marketing had been doing all this heavy lifting, and I had no idea. And then at some point, all on their own, they came to the realization that their next step was to come in and bang on my door with an envelope full of cash. And so they did. Today, I help people get clients in all kinds of industries. I help people get ideal clients without outbound. All my clients will tell you that I never approached them. They all came to me. So I ask you right now, does this happen in your business? And how often? Look, I don't know what stage you're at, but I can tell you right now, if you have at least 1,000 audience members and you're not getting at least 3 inbound leads every week, I want you to find a quiet moment in the corner and ask yourself why. Let's say worst case scenario, only 10% of your audience hears your message in any 1 week. From an audience of 1,000, that's 100 people. Now, if you had a room of 100 people and you had their attention and you gave them a message and afterwards not one person reached out, wouldn't you ask why? Is it them? Is it me? Is it fixable? Makes you think, right? If you are not building your inbound lead generation machine, then by definition, you will remain stuck on the hamster wheel of outbound. But if you want to know how fast you can get off that treadmill, then use the How Many Clients calculator linked below. Otherwise, stick around. This next video talks about how I've been able to stop using outreach methods completely and how you can do the same. I'll see you in the next video.